Hey everyone, so I broke my ankle really badly first weekend of January, and I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've also had an injury yourself, and the first thing you do is go on YouTube and kind of look at other people's experiences, try to learn from what they did, try to get a bit of a time scale in your head, know what you can do, what you can't do, look for tips. So I just wanted to share with you mine. Obviously, it's quite worrying, like when you can't walk and you can't do stuff, and it seems like it's never ever going to get better. Um, when I went in for surgery, the doctor said it would be 8 months before I could do anything. So yeah, I just wanted to share my story. Obviously everyone's different, everyone's got different healing times. And obviously listen to your doctor. This is just, kind of what I feel. I went with kind of how my body reacted, what I felt. So yeah, this is what happened for me. So on the 6th of January, just had this crash, just made a bit of a mistake. Landed pretty heavily on my ankle, took all my weight. So yeah, knew straight away that I broke my leg and done something to my back. Got taken off the track, and this is the lady cutting off my sock. It was pretty cold. I'm gonna say it was cold, and then obviously adrenaline and stuff, so I was shaking quite a bit. But yeah, as you can see, as soon as the sock comes off, the whole ankle doesn't look very good. So they were really good with me. Gave me some pain relief, called an ambulance. And this was actually Manchester, so they were going to take me to the closest hospital, which was in Manchester, probably about 20 minutes away. So the ankle's pretty dislocated. Luckily, it didn't come out the skin, so it wasn't a compound fracture. You can see how swollen it is compared to the other one. So they took me to the hospital. They tried to manipulate it, put it back in place, and they realized that it went back in, but not in properly. So what they decided to do was put it in an exo fixation. So yeah, kind of one thing I never ever wanted to have in my whole life. I've seen them before, and yeah, never ever really wanted to have one of them. So when they said they were going to do it, I wasn't too keen on it. But I had to wait for an operation, so the best thing to do was to fit one of them, just to kind of try straighten the leg out a little bit and keep stuff in line, because it was going to end up being 2.5 weeks later that I was actually going to have the surgery. So yeah, just lots of blood everywhere and just very uncomfortable. Obviously, every time you move and every time you try to do something with it, it's not ideal. So I had a lot of people come and visit and stuff, and a lot of people help out. But yeah, I won't lie, it wasn't a good time in hospital. Yeah, just long time. One good thing about hospital is I got to meet a guy called Carl, who was a really good dude. Actually became quite good friends, and he helped me heaps. Like literally took me to get some food, got me anything I needed, and yeah, made the time go pretty quick. From on the 23rd of Jan, I finally had the operation. I ended up getting 6 screws, trying to screw the 3 broken bones back together. I don't think it was a very long operation. They didn't end up putting a pin on the broken fibula, so they just put 6 pins in to compress the 3 broken bones. And then I felt like I really needed to get home to recover. So the next day, one of the physios came around, and I said, I really kind of need to get out of here. And he said, well, if you can walk on these crutches, then you can get home. So I've been on crutches quite a few times before, so managed to get out on the crutches. Did a few laps around the hospital, and then he let me go. So my wife came up, drove up to Manchester, and it was time to go home. When I got home from hospital, I was really weak. Obviously, I was lying on my back for 3.5 weeks, so just walking 10-15 steps was pretty tough, but just kind of persevered with it, and did get easier. My back was really bad. Oh no! I cracked my hip as well. The dog. Still struggling with back and hip pain. So, but yeah, just try to get up on the crutches, get moving about. He has a little trick as well. If you ever want to get porridge or cereal or something, it's always you can't move about, so literally just put it in your hoodie pocket, and then you can kind of crutch around it. It's probably the only thing you can actually move about with. It is really difficult, people take it for granted moving around, so there's a little trick for you guys. So I was trying to do a mile a day, just go down the block for a mile, just to kind of, try to get my strength back up, get stuff moving, because I do believe when you get blood flowing around the body, it does heal a lot quicker. So this was after 2 weeks, so I went to go have the wounds checked, have all the staples taken out, and yeah, I wasn't too stoked on it. Obviously, it's not very pretty. Quite a few cuts as well, quite long cuts. So yeah, got that done. Wasn't too painful, just didn't look very good. Got that done, and I wanted them to put me into a boot, but they ended up putting me into plaster cast, just because of the injury, and they really didn't want any of the bones and stuff to be moving about. And I don't think they trusted me to put me in a boot, so they casted it up.
I'm glad you've coordinated yourself.
So 3 weeks after the surgery, I was going crazy at home, and from being a motocross rider and exercising every day and to not do nothing at all but watching Netflix, I kind of got over it. So decided I was going to get on the whole Zwift thing. So I got myself a smart trainer. Actually, the first couple of times, just duct taped my cast onto the pedal and just use it like that. So just was doing small rides, I don't know, maybe like 20-30 minutes at a time. Just trying to get the blood flowing and stuff. And then came up with even a better idea. Just took an old shoe and cut the back off the shoe, and then that was a lot easier, obviously, because the cleats were in. And just gradually moved it up. I think I got to maybe like an hour, just going real steady, and just listen to your body. Like when it hurt, I'd stop, and some days I had to take a day off from doing it. So just really trying to listen to your body. But I'm a big believer in when you do get the blood flowing, that it does make the body heal. And when you just leave stuff, I think you just sometimes end up going backwards. So it was nice to start start exercising and start doing stuff again and feeling better. 26th of Feb, just watching one of my friends ride, just watching him, decided to have a little play on his bike, legs still in the car, so couldn't do any damage, but it was nice to just have a bit of a play. But yeah, pretty much once a week I just go out for a little play in the motorbikes, leg in a cast, and just more for my mental health. Like find it very hard just to lie watching TV all the time with not really knowing what's going on with your leg, not knowing if it's going to heal. You hear like all these crazy stories and stuff. So one of my friends picked me up every time he was going riding, and I just jumped in with him and had a bit of a play. So kind of kept me sane. So the 8th of March, they took the cast off and replaced it for one of the air boots, which I was really stoked about, because it meant could start trying to walk a little bit, and also just have a bath. Like it was nice just to kind of soak your leg in the bath and let the wounds heal a little bit. So 11th of March, 5 weeks after the operation, just kind of taking my first steps, if you can call it that. Cycling was a lot better without having the boot on. So just still used the cutout shoe, but cycling was a lot easier, and the watts went up, and I started doing like between an hour and an hour and a half on a Zwift trainer. So just trying to give myself the best chance of healing. I spent 5 sessions in the oxygen chamber in Peterborough. Big believer in that, and the ears popped and stuff the first time, but definitely after that, literally the next day you can feel the difference in that. So that was definitely beneficial for me. I still managed to get on the bike once a week, just with the boot on, just covered it with the plastic cover, duct tape, and So pretty much 2 months after the operation, I was walking with one crutch. It's quite difficult, like I won't lie, like it hurt a lot. But yeah, just trying to get better, like I do believe you have to hurt to get better. So yeah, it didn't look great, but we're definitely making gains and just pushing forward.
School, Dad?
Half an hour. Well, it used to be.
We're getting a bit faster.
And you're getting a bit down. One crutch.
One crutch?
Yeah, now he's an old person with one crutch.
So 30th of March, started to feel better, started to walk. It was really quite tough, really had to kind of step off my heel, which really hurt, but again, thought I was doing good by, just getting the muscles to stretch, trying to get the muscles working again, everything firing again. So yeah, just taking steps and, going slowly at it, but definitely trying to improve. I've been cycling a lot. I've done 1,330 miles in the time since I started cycling, from the first day on Zwift to actually cycling outdoors and stuff. So managed to get my miles in. Some days it hurts a lot, obviously, when I go over bumps and stuff, more the fibia, but that's got a lot better now. And then just cramps and stuff. I can't stand up and cycle, so everything's seated, but managed to get a good fair few miles in. So 2nd of April, I had a follow-up with the surgeon. It was actually the first time I'd seen a surgeon. I'd just seen registrars before, and yeah, the news was not good. Like, he wasn't happy at all at how the previous surgery had been done. The foot had been set wrong. The pins didn't quite close, the broken bones. And he said it wasn't in a good state, so the plan was to go back in a week's time and have more surgery. So they completely wanted to re-break all the bones, basically start from scratch and rebuild the foot again, trying to make it nice and straight. And then just try to put rods. So they were going to put a rod in the fibia because the fibia was misaligned, and then kind of plate the broken bones that weren't lined up and weren't healing. So we planned to do that in a week's time. So I kind of figured I'm just going to gear up and go ride my motorbike one more time because, everything's going to get broken again. So I figured I'll just go have some fun and then, just have everything rebuilt. It was quite gutting, obviously, because I've done pretty much 3 months of recovery and then we're going to start from scratch again. So I was quite disappointed at the time. So we're here on the 29th of April. Last Monday's surgery actually got cancelled. I was actually at the hospital in the gown, ready for the operation, and the doctor came in and cancelled it. Was pretty gutted at the time. I'd taken a month off work, given my work van back, and just complicated my life. But actually today I had a meeting with the surgeon, and he kind of went through the reasons why they cancelled the surgery, just because they're just scared of, like they've already done nerve damage with my foot. I've got no feeling at the top of my foot, and they were just kind of scared to kind of re-break everything, start again, obviously with the chance of infection and stuff like that. They said it's not ideal that it's not straight, but 2 of the 3 broken bones have started to heal. So the fibia is healed and one of the bones is healed. So they thought that they'd just take their chances with that. You can't really go backwards from, getting an infection and losing your foot. So yeah, just more oxygen chamber, just more laser treatment, do everything I can to kind of let that last bone heal, and then hopefully get back to a normal life. But hope you guys have enjoyed the updates. As I said, this is my own personal thing, so obviously it's not what the doctor recommended, but I think it's pretty cool to be kind of walking, riding motorbikes to a certain extent, just over 3 months in, when the doctor initially they said 18 months, and then after the surgery they said 8 months. So hope this helps. Hope it helps, like, kind of ease your mind a little bit, because at one stage I was like, I'm never going to walk again, I'm never going to ride a motorbike again, and still now I have good days and bad days. It's one weekend I couldn't walk at all over a weekend, and just gradually, day by day, it does get a little bit better. So thanks for watching, and I think it's helpful to share experiences with people that are going through the same sort of thing.